This girl, Jenny, had a life every other girl would dream of. She never aged, her life forever frozen at the age of 20, the most beautiful time of her life. However, every time she died, she would be reborn at the age of 15, the day when her engagement to a prince was broken off. Her life remained forever in that youthful, pristine state, and every piece of knowledge and skill she acquired in her previous lives would carry over to her new memories. In her first life, Jenny was humiliated by the prince when he publicly broke off their engagement. Her loyal to the royalty parents then cast her out of their home. In her moment of despair, she was rescued by a passing merchant caravan. With their help, she got to know merchants from all over the world. Just before she could fulfill her dream of visiting every country, Jenny was killed in a war started by the empire. In her second life, with the experience of her first, Jenny returned home early to pack her bags but missed the business mentor who had helped her in her first life. Forced to abandon her commercial dreams, she turned to medicine. Soon, Jenny became the most famous doctor in the world, developing a medicine that prevented plague outbreaks and curing a prince in the north who had suffered from a weak constitution his entire life. But every 5 years, on her 20th birthday, she met the same fate, death by a war started by the empire. In her third life, Jenny continued learning and quickly became a genius scholar in the academic world. In the fourth life, she returned to the lower classes, experiencing the life of a maid and discovering the deeper meaning of life. In the sixth life, she disguised herself as a man and joined a knight's order, becoming one of their most powerful knights. Yet, she still couldn't escape her fate of dying at 20, and this time, she died by the sword of the emperor who had started the war. This time, however, when she was reborn, she returned to the day her engagement was broken off. Determined to break the cycle, she ignored the prince's pleas and walked out of the engagement ceremony. However, instead of exiting the front door as she had done in her past lives, Jenny decided to walk through the side door. But as she reached the side, she collided directly into Emperor George's arms. Without thinking, she instinctively called him Emperor George, which confused him. He wondered how a stranger could know his name, especially since it was his first time in the country. Jenny, keeping her composure, performed the aristocratic etiquette and lied, claiming she had heard many rumors about him and recognized him from that. Thinking her lie would suffice, Jenny was caught off guard when George revealed he was not yet the emperor, just a prince. Realizing her mistake, she quickly explained that she had just been rejected by her fiancé, which had upset her, causing her to mistakenly call him by the wrong name. She then left, brushing off any suspicion. Jenny took off her high heels and, with a bold move, climbed over the railing and jumped down in front of George. Amused by her audacity, George immediately ordered his men to prepare a horse, eager to discover more about this intriguing woman. Meanwhile, back at home, Jenny found herself facing a group of people gathered at her door. The prince, feeling disrespected by her abrupt departure, had come to her house to continue humiliating her. Jenny, having built up immunity to his cruel words over her past lives, boldly responded and insulted him in return. The crowd began to believe that the prince had been the one to be rejected. Infuriated, the prince tried to regain his composure with the help of a girl named Mary, who spoke up in support of him. With the crowd's backing, the prince regained his confidence and started insulting Jenny again. But Jenny remained unaffected, calmly stating that she would take the initiative to break off the engagement. Her words enraged the prince, and just as she turned to leave, he ordered his soldiers to arrest her. As the soldiers approached, Jenny suddenly sensed danger and drew one of their swords, blocking the attack. To her surprise, the attacker was George. Confused, George asked where Jenny had learned swordsmanship. Meanwhile, the prince, irritated by George's sudden appearance, asked him which low-ranking noble he was. It was only when Jenny revealed that George was the empire's crown prince that the prince was immediately stunned. The crowd fell silent, and no one dared defy George.